Mastering confidentiality agreements. A confidentiality agreement is the only barrier between your business's lifeblood and ruthless competitors. When entering into a business relationship, what is the primary purpose of having their confidentiality agreement in place, and how does it help to protect their sensitive information and trade secrets from unauthorized disclosure or use? The primary purpose of having a confidentiality agreement (NDA) in place is to establish a legally binding contract between two parties, the discloser and the recipient, to protect sensitive information, trade secrets, and confidential data from unauthorized disclosure, use, or misuse. This agreement is essential in various business relationships, including joint ventures, mergers and acquisitions, investments, partnerships, and collaborations, where sensitive information is shared between parties. A confidentiality agreement serves several key purposes. 1. Establishes trust. A confidentiality agreement helps build trust between the parties by ensuring that both sides are committed to maintaining the confidentiality of shared information. This trust is crucial in business relationships as it enables parties to share sensitive information without fear of misuse or disclosure. 2. Defines confidential information. The agreement clearly defines what constitutes confidential information, trade secrets, and sensitive data. This clarity helps prevent misunderstandings and ensures that both parties are aware of the type of information that requires protection. 3. Outlines obligations. The agreement outlines the obligations of the recipient party, including the measures they must take to protect confidential information, the duration of the confidentiality period, and the circumstances under which the information can be disclosed. 4. Protects intellectual property. A confidentiality agreement helps protect intellectual property, such as patents, trademarks, copyrights, and trade secrets, by preventing unauthorized use, disclosure, or reproduction. 5. Limits disclosure. The agreement restricts the disclosure of confidential information to only those individuals or parties who have a legitimate need to know. This limitation helps prevent unnecessary exposure of sensitive information. 6. Specifies remedies. The agreement specifies the remedies available to the discloser in the event of a breach, including injunctive relief, damages, and legal action. 7. Establishes return of information. The agreement outlines the procedures for returning or destroying confidential information when the business relationship ends or when the information is no longer required. To ensure operational excellence in protecting sensitive information and trade secrets, it is essential to include the following key provisions in a confidentiality agreement. 1. Clear definitions. Ensure that the agreement clearly defines confidential information, trade secrets, and sensitive data. 2. Scope of confidentiality. Specify the scope of confidentiality, including the type of information that is protected and the duration of the confidentiality period. 3. Recipient obligations. Outline the obligations of the recipient party, including the measures they must take to protect confidential information. 4. Disclosure limitations. Restrict the disclosure of confidential information to only those individuals or parties who have a legitimate need to know. 5. Return of information. Establish procedures for returning or destroying confidential information when the business relationship ends or when the information is no longer required. 6. Remedies for breach. Specify the remedies available to the discloser in the event of a breach, including injunctive relief, damages, and legal action. 7. Jurisdiction and governing law. Specify the jurisdiction and governing law that will apply in the event of a breach or dispute. 8. Survival clause. Include a survival clause that ensures the confidentiality agreement remains in effect even after the business relationship has ended. By including these key provisions, a confidentiality agreement can provide effective protection for sensitive information and trade secrets, while also promoting operational excellence in business relationships.